we're up to episode 7 on this home renovation series, and this episode is about the potential delays that can happen on your projects. Nobody wants delays, and I'd love to tell you that every project would run perfectly to schedule, but that would not be the truth. So, let me talk about what actually causes delays and how we usually manage them. So, the most common causes we've got weather, material lead times, late client decisions, unexpected or unforeseen works, and occasionally the sort of building control availability. So let's start with weather. That is the big one. Heavy rain stops groundworks, brickwork, roofing, any landscaping jobs, um, kitchens, bathrooms. It affects anything where any cutting or preparation needs to actually be done outside. So that's a big one. Frost will affect concrete and rendering, any sort of wet works outside. You can't control the weather, obviously, but you can certainly try and plan around it. We tend to build contingency into our programs, and when weather stops stops external work, we pivot to internal work. So we will then switch to doing electrics, plumbing, plastering, carpentry, stuff like that. A well-managed project should only lose a few days to weather, really, not weeks. Material lead times, they can catch people out. Specialist windows, bespoke kitchens, particular tiles, they can all have lead times of 4 to 8 weeks, maybe. So that's why I always keep saying make your choices early and order long lead items before the build starts, if you can. Next is late decisions from clients. I'll be straight with you, this is the single most common cause of delays that's actually within your control. So if we're waiting on a tile choice or a paint colour at a critical moment, everything stops. So respond to questions promptly, make your decisions early. It makes a massive difference. Lastly, sometimes we find things behind walls that nobody knew about. So the unforeseen sort of works that can happen, like asbestos that you can find in like Artex, for example, rotten joists, dodgy foundations, and the list goes on. But when that happens, we stop, we document it with photos, we explain your options and the cost, and we agree a plan before we carry on. And we never just press on and present you with a bill. Again, back to good communication, it's still the most important part of the whole renovation. Oh, actually, one more is the building control availability delays. So when we reach particular milestones on projects, we have to get the work completed, or the work that's been completed signed off. And this relies on building control coming out to site and doing an assessment. However, they aren't always available at the drop of a hat, so pre-planning when the works will most likely be completed is really important so that you can schedule the site visit and keep the job sort of moving and flowing smoothly. So that's it for this one. Coming up next in the series is looking after your home once the work's done. So maintenance tips that will keep everything looking and working great for years to come. See you there.